All right, it is April 5th. These are some very low-cost, tactile, like haptic interfaces, or specifically for rendering touches. So this guy is a piece of plastic tubing with a finger cot. If you ever see a finger cot, it's basically a condom for your finger when you are not just a sex thing, it's also like if you're working with chemicals or whatever else, but you don't want to put a whole glove on your hand. Anyway, so I stretched a finger cot across this. It has a little aperture at the top. And if I take this stretchy finger cot at the bottom and puff, it sends a vortex of air out quite fast and quite far. So I'm about 2 feet away, and I receive a very significant puff of air from this little guy. So it's a pretty good vortex cannon. So then the question is, how do you actuate it? And the system I'm imagining in the aerial is a row of these, maybe a little smaller, maybe bigger, doesn't really matter, but a row right underneath along the air bar that can puff up whenever there's a touch event and just hit that finger. So one approach is pop it with a little solenoid like this one, but these are actually fairly expensive as solenoids go, and is probably more obnoxious than we need to. Simpler approach is with these couple little magnets. So I'm gonna drop a magnet down in the bottom and drop a magnet on the top. So now I've got a magnet hanging off the bottom of this guy. So one, that's a great way to make a handle onto a little blob of latex. And then wrap magnet wire around this and around a little coil that's nesting around this. The coil down here will push the magnet, and the coil on the top pulls the magnet. So you can push down to draw air in, and then push out to push air out. I think that can do it with just a few pennies of stuff. It's about as simple a puffer as I can imagine. And it's very easy to actuate. It's just a FET, or a couple FETs to fire it off. So I'm gonna work on building that little puffer electromagnet, but that's the project for today.